Isabel's dream of having a career might not have come true.
Imagine working your butt off to get yourself into college, and then you get into college, and you graduate, and then here's the speech.
Gentlemen of the class of 2024, I would like to start off by congratulating all of you for successfully making it to this achievement today. It is not prudent as the laity for us to consume ourselves in becoming amateur theologians so that we can decipher this or that theological teaching, unless, of course, you are a theology major. And staying in your lane is going to be the surest way for you to find true happiness and peace in this life. I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I can tell you that my beautiful wife, Isabel, would be the first to say that her life truly started when she began living her vocation as a wife, would convert to the faith, become my wife, and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker. She's the primary educator to our children. She's the one who ensures I never let football or my business become a distraction from that of a husband and father. She's the person that knows me best at my core, and it is through our marriage that, Lord willing, we will both attain salvation. I say all of this to you because I have seen it firsthand, how much happier someone can be when they disregard the outside noise and move closer and closer to God's will in their life. Isabel's dream of having a career might not have come true, but if you asked her today if she has any regrets on her decision, she would laugh out loud without hesitation and say, heck no.
So the controversial kicker who keeps putting his foot in his mouth is saying that we got him all wrong. Now he's saying everyone is taking what I said out of context. All I said was that we should go back to the better time, like the 50s and 60s where men were men and women had more babies than thoughts. When the only Me Too movement was one woman saying she's ready to have her fourth child and another woman agreeing. So ladies, we have him all wrong. He's not a misogynistic man that thinks that women are just baby factories, whose only purpose in life is to serve men and their children and wait on them hand and foot. No, he wants us to go back to a better time. But better time for who? When women didn't have the right to vote, when women didn't have bank accounts, when women couldn't buy houses on their own, when women were dependent on men. And the only way they would have a decent life is if they married into one, that they couldn't create or establish one on their own. This man really curled his lips to say when women had more babies than thoughts. Your physicist mother must be so proud. And your wife. To think that all she is to you is a quiet baby factory.
Hey, Harrison. You know, we have several things in common. First and foremost, until a few months ago, we were both employed by the Kansas City Chiefs. I cheered you on for 6 years straight. And with that, I would assume we went to the same PR training. But since all of that obviously left your fucking brain when you went to go give that speech, I thought I'd be a good coworker. Share my notes. Let's get started. These are fucking vague. Biggest takeaway is you now represent a $1 billion organization. You are no longer just Harrisson Butler. You are now Harisson Butler, who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. And anything you say or do that doesn't align with that brand, scissoring just like the lesbians you hated in that video, will be grounds for termination. Not entirely sure if that last part is gonna apply to you, but I guess we'll find out.
The only person who can stay out of the news on the Kansas City Chiefs is Patrick Mahomes. Now imagine you going to graduation, it's the greatest time of your life, and you've done all that hard work for 4 years, right? And you're sitting there, you can't wait to end the ceremony so you could go on about your day. And the punter from the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs comes up there and says, hey, guys, I know you guys think you're going to get all these promotions and you're going to go and work hard, but you're not. You're going to end up in the kitchen like my fucking wife. More and more, I see why women choose the goddamn bear. You got to be fucking shitting me. to take your time out of the day, just make a great speech and say, hey, guys, I'm so proud of you guys. Go out, make your mark on the world as you see fit, and call it a fucking day. No, you have to be misogynistic on the goddamn stage. That is crazy. Like, out of your way.
I wish I could be like the rest of the world and say I cannot comprehend or understand Harisson Butker's commencement speech, but I do understand it, and I got a very similar one to my own commencement speech. What people don't realize, and a huge reason of why I started my channel in the first place, is because I grew up in Christian fundamentalism, and I see it creeping into the regular evangelical Christian church with Trump, with politics, with policies. And so I know people are not hiding anymore their beliefs, they're saying the quiet part out loud. And so people who have not known that they've been working on this for years and years and years are surprised. I am not surprised in the slightest. Most churches that you go to, if they are non-denominational, if they say Baptist, if they are Presbyterian, for certain ones like OPC, some Presbyterians are more liberal, but if they're any of those basic generic denominations, they believe in complementarianism, and that means that they believe that women are to submit to men, and that the woman's to be keepers at home, and that their main job is to make sure that the home is set, and that they are helping and being helpmeets to their husbands. It is not surprising at all. I am a little shocked that he talked about it so openly, since he's like on the Chiefs and famous, but then I'm not shocked at all, because Christian nationalists have been gaining ground, and they have already said what they think, and they are no longer trying to hide it, which is terrifying. And there has been no backlash on him as far as I've seen very much yet, and so he's going to get away with it because this is what they think, and it is not surprising. And everyone needs to start voting and uprising and speaking out, especially if you have lived fundamentalism and you have gotten away. Use your voice, because this is what they want for America, and this is what they are getting to with the Supreme Court and with Trump, and this is what the future of America will be. Women will be keepers at home and helpmates to their husbands.
Someone in the comments said put him on the blockways.
If you were lucky enough to not see the Chiefs kicker go on a rant at a commencement speech today, I envy you. Our woman hater of the day is Chiefs kicker Harisson Butler, 3-time Super Bowl champion, and probably last time speaking at a commencement speech speaker, went on stage and basically went on a tangent talking about how for women, this might be a really good day for you, but nothing beats it like having children and getting married, you know, because that's what we're supposed to do, have children, get married. Then proceeds to talk about toxic masculinity and how toxic masculinity is actually a good thing because we need macho men in this world, which I find hilarious considering he is a kicker, which is the least masculine positions on a football field. But you go off, King. When are men going to realize that we're multifaceted? Like, women have many interests, not just, you know, getting pregnant and getting married, which might come to a shocker to most men, which is why I went to college to study multimedia journalism to become a sports broadcaster, to shine light on douchebags like this. But you know, what do I know? I was just born to have children.
So basically, he got up in front of new graduates and explained basically that his wife sacrificed her career to make sure that his is sustained, or cause like I understand. I don't have nothing against marriage. Like, I understand that marriage is a team thing and there is some sacrifice. But what does that have to do with these women just graduating college? Like, I don't understand how this is an appropriate speech to give at a college. And why if he there? Like, anyway, that's another story. But these people just spent their they're probably in debt from being in college. It worked years to make sure that they graduate. And then you come in and basically tell them how that means nothing because the best step for them is to become a housewife? Like, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. We don't have to agree, but let's just, keep it respectful. And I'll see you in the next one.
About your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
My grandmother's biggest regret in life is her not being able to get an education. She stopped going to the school in the 3rd grade. There was a semester in school at a point that my mom was my math teacher because the math teacher in school wasn't doing anything. The only way that could have happened is if she got an education. Your personal viewpoint is not what a graduation speech is for. This was not the venue nor the time nor the place to talk about that topic. Don't diminish the hard work of a lot of people just because of a personal viewpoint. Some people chose the path of education for a reason, and it doesn't stop them from being a good mom or a good mother.